Sun is shining brightly, and my guess is that if you check in with Richard, you're going to find out that minimum time out in the sun is going to give you maximum exposure, which is why you need to make sure that you and your kids are protected. Dr. De Pasquale is here on the morning show. Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you today?
It is a beautiful day. So we've got a variety of different sunscreens here, but first, let me ask you the biggest mistake people make when it comes to applying sunscreen.
The biggest mistake, there are a couple actually. One of the biggest mistakes is that people do not apply enough sunscreen to be effective. The minimum is about a shot glass, so I have 3 different shot glasses here to demonstrate, and that should be the minimum that one should use for their entire body. It could be more depending on the size of the person. The other big mistake people make is they think that on a day that it's cloudy, we don't need to wear sunscreen, and that's not true. 80% of the sun's rays still travel through the clouds, and also people need to wear sunscreen while traveling in a car, believe it or not.
And even if it says waterproof, when you come back out of the water, reapply?
You have to reapply. Most of the sunscreens these days will have something on the label that will tell you how often you need to reapply, how long it's water resistant for. But if it doesn't say, because some of the labels are not up to date, if it doesn't say, a good rule of thumb is about 2 hours before you need to reapply.
Now, we've been conditioned to respond to certain brand name sunscreens, but it's not always the name that's going to give you the best protection. In fact, I think there was a study by Consumer Reports, and they found that some of the off-brands actually provide better protection.
That is absolutely true. One of the most common ingredients in most of the sunscreens is avobenzene, and that's what they use as a sun protectant. But there are other brands of sunscreen that will contain ingredients like titanium dioxide or zinc oxide, and those are actually very effective, and they're mineral-based, so they tend to be a little safer and not so much chemical-based.
And we don't always cover all of our body as we should. I mean, we think about the face and the torso, but things like your ears and other parts of the body need to be covered as well.
Absolutely. The ears are very common. As an ENT surgeon, I definitely remove my fair share of ear cancers for people who do not think about the ear being exposed.
There you go. Some good advice for mom and dad out there when it comes to making sure your kids don't get burnt. And keep in mind that when they get burned, even at a young age, it can lead to skin cancers at a later age. Jen?
And you definitely don't want that. Thank you very much, Bruce. You know, I was shocked. I was out in Jacksonville Beach, in fact, last week, and just surprised to hear lifeguards tell me that one of the biggest problems that they have, whether it be in Jacksonville Beach or Atlantic Beach or Neptune Beach, one of the biggest problems they have is with children who get lost on the beach.